So guys, before we left the topic of indentation, there was one more important thing that had to be explained, that people might think that, okay, I need to do indentation, that's mean I will put the white spaces. Uh, but how much white spaces? One character, two character, three character, or what is the minimum white spaces requirement for the annotation in Python? So the important point is that Python uses at least, not at least actually, generally four spaces as indentation by default. However, the number of spaces is up to you, but a minimum of one space has to be used, um, or even one tab is the minimum indentation in some cases. And good thing is that many of the modern editor do this indentation by itself, and you will put the colon and enter, then the indentation spacing would be added automatically. So the next thing is the functions in Python, which is very similar concept as we have in other programming language, that the function is a piece of code which will be only run when it is called. It makes the software quite modular, and you can save yourself by writing a repetitive amount of code by writing the function. So inside function, for Python, first you need to create a function itself. And in Python, a function is defined by using the def keyword. So you have a define keyword, which is acronym with def, and then the name of the function, and then the parenthesis. If you have any argument, declare inside the parenthesis, and then in the end a colon, and after that you have indentation. And whenever you need to call a function, you can just call it by its name, providing its argument, and that's how the function will be called. So the code block within every function start with a colon and is indented. That's mean this is the code block for this function. So it start with the colon and then the indentation. So this is the requirement for the function in Python. So a Python function can also return a value. So you can declare a return keyword inside the Python function definition, which might return any value which your function is supposed to return. And you can also pass multiple arguments inside the function, as you do in other programming languages, as you can see right here inside the parenthesis. And you can even pass a whole list as an argument inside the list. So that's mean you can send any data type of argument to a function: a string, number, list, dictionary, sets, whatever you need, and it will be treated at the same data type inside the function. For example, if you send a list inside a function as an argument, it will still be a list when it reaches a function. For example, here inside this function, I pass this list, and then when I iterate through the list, each element of the list will be printed. That's mean the function will treat the list as same as its declaration. So we can see this thing, uh, how it is run inside the Jupyter notebook. So this is the function definition with the def keyword, and then this colon for indentation, and the function is called in the same way as we do it in any other programming language. So this is an example of the function with multiple arguments and with a return statement. So you can see that this is also executed without any problem, because we have proper indentation enabled inside this.